Ecstatic Bliss. Secrets to living a juicy life. So many people try to be someone, try to change, to shift, to perform, to copy, to people please, and so forth. And what they forget is that they came here, you came here, to be an original. And you know that. But be true to yourself. If you ask yourself right now, do you truly live your original being, your authentic version, the most authentic version of yourself? Do you truly live according to your design, what I'm always talking about? Your blueprint, your essence, your soul, your true nature. Do you truly live according to this? And most people, I would say, can answer that question with a no. Or maybe they pretend to have a yes, but deep down they sense, no, not really. And one of my intrinsic motivations somehow is to remind people of their original blueprint so they can free themselves from everything that makes them live a copy. All my podcast episodes surround the topic of freeing yourself to truly live yourself, because this is also my path. What I share is based on my own experience and contemplation and reflection and sometimes really harsh conditions I went through to be where I am now. And where I can say each day I'm shedding layers of things that not truly belong to me in this lifetime. Sometimes it's also about karmic contracts we had in the past lifetimes that play out now. Not even only conditionings or collective templates, but so much more. And maybe that also never really ends, but there comes a point when you can really truly feel it from inside you. This is my essence, this is my pure energy. And where you notice exactly when you are out of alignment of it. And when you come to this point where you truly live as yourself, where you feel your energetic composition, where you know the codes and templates that vibrate within inside of you, you become a walking, breathing transmission of that energetic composition. And that is a gift. That is truly a gift in these times, especially for yourself, for others, to own who you are with everything, all dimensions, all light and shadow aspects, because they are equally valid, equally valuable, and equally powerful. And when you own yourself in this fierceness even, in this power, in this truth, knowing who you are, you become a living transmission. And if you've listened to the episode of your energetic soul signature, you know that you can see your composition as kind of a perfume or song that is specifically made for you and specifically made up of some energetic codes that you came here to embody, to, in a way, channel through your being into existence. And each one of us walks in their unique perfume or sings their unique song. And these perfumes or songs can mix and inspire each other and can explore each other for expansion and remembrance. So each time you encounter someone, you receive their transmission. And each time someone encounters you, they receive your transmission. And what happens still is, because so many people don't live their original energy, they transmit a distorted song or a distorted perfume, so to say. Yeah. So we get transmissions from distorted blueprints, from distortions. So we basically always exchange distortions. We look into distorted mirrors. We have very, very few, if even at all, people that mirror us in a very pure, divine, form. So when you realize I'm not living my original, it is your responsibility in a way to reclaim yourself and clean your mirror. And don't take others that are distorted mirrors as your equal. Because what happens when we look in a distorted mirror, we think we are the same, or we remember some part of us and question ourselves. So what also, in a way, lies inside of it, that you anchor your own truth, that you reconnect with this own truth and make it your North Star. And sometimes that, maybe you hear that in my voice today, sometimes that needs this fierceness, this sometimes anger or rage to really say, stop, no, this is not me, and this is not a distortion I still want to carry. This is not some noise I still want to live with, because I remember my divinity. I remember my divinity and I reclaim everything to live that in this lifetime. I'm done with all the distortions. I'm done with all the outdated templates, collective karma, and whatever. I'm here to make the statement, I am the divine. I have always been the divine, and I reclaim this now. In that sense, you are always a transmission. You always carry something that you transmit. Maybe the mastery, we can say, is to embody that frequency fully, to become not only a transmission, but because transmission is more energetic, but an embodied transmission, which means this energy penetrates your whole being, your entire system, your body, so you can feel it and others can feel it in your presence, solely in your presence. And you know those people that step into a room and they make an impact without even saying a word. This is where you breathe and stand and walk and talk and act in alignment with your original energy. Then you become a very powerful, embodied transmission. And with that you have such an impact on others that you disrupt their distortions and they remember. That's not always easy because you will trigger people. The more pure and clean you are, the more they actually see how impure and distorted they are, not in judgment, but in essence of their being. And you will feel that. Those people also, if you think the other way around, those people that stand really in their truth and in their glamour and they own it, you can maybe also be triggered by that because you feel like subconsciously oftentimes, not noticed consciously, you feel, they have something actually I also want to have. This glow, this glamour, this impact, this power you can even not name, you can just feel. And that's because they have owned their energy, their original energy. They are walking transmissions and walking triggers because they disrupt the field. They awaken, they shake awake. And with that, you kind of create your own legacy. When people remember you only through your energy, and when they remember you because they remember a part of themselves that lives through you. When your soul presence shifts and uplifts a room, when it ripples through the collective field, that is when you know you have reclaimed yourself. And then you don't live from performance, not from people-pleasing, not from earning or wanting validation. You have owned your truth and being so much that you even forget about the others. You, in a way, don't really care about the others, what they think, what they do, what they project, how far they are triggered. Because you not only feel your own glory, you bath in it. Your joy, your pleasure stems from your own innate well of energy, so to say, which is an extension of cosmic energy. What comes hand in hand with owning your energy fully, your power, is that connection to the divine in essence again. Because you channel pure energy inside of you, Kundalini, Shakti. You reconnect with source energy. And of course, that is powerful. That is freaking powerful. And this power has been taken away in a way from us or conditioned out of us to keep us small, to keep us in fear, obedience, suppression. You know the history. But we are now at a time when we are not only allowed, but asked through the collective field that screams, we want to be free again. We want to know who we are again. We want to collaborate. We want to live in love, in joy, in pleasure, in peace, in abundance. And so we are allowed to activate our innate power and rage again, to reclaim, to gracefully destruct and disrupt distortions and noises that are in this collective still so dominantly, and that sometimes clash with us, and sometimes we maybe fall back into our old people-pleasing way and thinking this should be the way I should do something, or this should be the way and this shouldn't be. Stop. Sit with yourself. Remember your truth. Come back to your original core frequency. It's always a remembering, and anchoring this so deeply into your body that you become this transmission. The more you remember your own divinity, the more impact you have on yourself, rippled through the field to others. And people will feel the difference between real and fake, because energy never lies. You know that. And self-love also plays a huge role here. Because when you love yourself fully, you even don't want to be a copy. You want to be the original. Your soul craves to be that because you chose to be an original. This is really, really dear to my heart, and that's why I'm fierce today. For you to wake up, not to ascend to a higher frequency necessarily, that comes automatically with that, but to awaken to your true nature. All spiritual paths are not about necessarily to transcend into heaven again. They are here to remember I am the divine. The divine is flowing through me. And I have been chosen, or this fragment of me is one aspect of it, to express a very specific frequency, a very specific, unique being in human form. So I invite you today to sit with yourself and be really, really honest with yourself. Write it down. Where do you still keep yourself small? Maybe it's certain life areas, maybe it's with certain people and certain environments, maybe in certain situations. When do you keep yourself small? Why do you do it, maybe even? And where do you feel you have not access yet to your true power because of distortions, because of karma, because of unhealed wounds, inner child, and so forth? Really decipher yourself in that, because this will give you the base to free yourself. You will keep circling and cycling in your own drama, in these stories of XYZ, when you not take responsibility to sit down and decipher yourself why something is the way it is. And of course, if you look from a different perspective, all is fine, you can live whatever you wish. But if you listen to my podcasts, you are a soul that came to remember your divinity. And not only to remember it, but to embody it, and to become a walking transmission. Much love and bliss, Soraya Ananda. If you feel the deep pull to walk this spiral more intimately, Soulgasm, my 6-month one-on-one sacred mentoring awaits you. This is a living embodiment of all I transmit here, but uniquely decoded for your soul. Enter the portal of ecstatic bliss and unleash your personal soulgasmic reality. All details and the link to book your vibrational match call are in the show notes.